Welcome, my friends, to this live weekly energies update reading. My name is Patricia Herreras, and if this is your first time here, give me a like, give me a follow, and let's talk about the energy that is available to all of us this week. We have this energy of the new moon in Sagittarius that just took place yesterday, and we are beginning the month of December, and I've already posted the astrology for the whole month of December. You can go watch it in my latest post. Give it a like, give me a comment. What are you looking forward to the most about this month of December? I would like to say that this week we have Venus moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is going to highlight a lot of freedom and kind of like our individuality within ourselves and relationships. It's also going to be very nice for Aquarians to have this sort of energy of charm and extra sparkle. They're already very sparkly. So I would like to welcome you. Thank you for joining, and let me know where you are watching from. I would love to chat with you, and I'm gonna pick some themes here. I also want to highlight that this week we have Mercury in the midpoint of its retrograde. So what happens is midway through Mercury's retrograde, the Sun and Mercury do an opposition, and this is just a point which is really good for our mind to get sort of that extra boost and highlight and clarity in the fact that yes, we are doing the introspection, because Mercury wants us to go down to our hearts. It doesn't want us to be in the mind, but it gives sort of clarity to the processes that we are going through while we have the introspection. It gives you sort of clarity about what this Mercury retrograde could be about for you. We also have the planet Mars moving into retrograde this week, and it's going to begin its retrograde in the sign of Leo, but it will fluctuate between Leo and Cancer, and this is a transit that will go all the way to next year in February. And what happens with this is that it really, as every retrograde does, it wants us to slow down, and Mars being the planet of action, it really wants us to dive deep into what our motivations are and what drives us forward, our goals, and what really inspires us to move. Okay, also, what are we moving towards as well? So let's start with the themes and see what comes through for the week. I love doing this, just tapping in with spirit and seeing what the messages are for all of us. Okay, this is not going to be sign specific, although there may be some signs that pop up. I will let you know what is relevant. Okay, wow, so this week from the 2nd to the 8th we have the ego death. And this is really big realizations and moments of shock that kind of trigger the best of us. Okay, so our wanting to control certain situations and the way that we would like something to go, or we want people to be, or we want this to happen now. So when the ego death shows up, it wants us to surrender that control and kind of like flow, and December is going to be very much about how we can flow. I mean, Sagittarius season alone is going to be very much about how we can flow with the ebbs and with the ebb and flow of life. So let's see what else shows up. I'm a little bit nervous because I haven't been live in a while. You know, nobody asked me, but just letting you know, it always gets to you sometimes. Mindfulness. So yeah, the practice of balancing and really finding harmony between our mind, body, and soul. What are we doing to find that sense of peace and to have an awareness of what's going on around us as well, but definitely an awareness of ourselves and having that sense of inner union, like everything being on the same page, okay? Let's see what else shows up for this week. Yeah, I would imagine we would have to practice a lot of mindfulness if we have these cards of ego death, which are, you know, calling for that acceptance of things as they are. And that's really the key to finding peace. It's easier said than done, but it's definitely doable. All right, so let's see. Third theme for the week is Archangel Michael coming through, the grand protector of the archangels. I love it when he comes through. He's one of my favorites. He shows that we are protected. We are definitely being asked to release, release control, release our anguish, our guilt, and whatever we are so animately fighting for. I feel like Archangel Michael comes through as this presence of divine love, and he shows up when you need him, and definitely invoke him if you are going through any sort of difficult situation, when you may feel lost or may feel help, you need clarity, you need somebody to fight for you, he will fight for you. Just invoke him. And archangels, be very specific. You know, they see everything that's going on, they want to intervene, but you gotta be like really specific, because they can't if you don't tell them exactly what it is that you need help with. Okay, so love it that came through. Let's see. We have La Luna. Okay, so we just came from this new moon in Sagittarius, and this opens a cycle of 6 months. So it's not something that just goes away. It's, you know, in the present moment, we have like, you know, a good 6 days before and 6 days after the moon, where we are really, you know, just feeling that energy of starting new and a fresh start and a new cycle. But really, it's something that you want to use to plant seeds on things that you want to see realized for the next 6 months. Okay, new moons open a cycle of 6 months that goes from the new moon in Sagittarius all the way to the full moon in the same sign of Sagittarius, which is going to be in Gemini season. Okay, so keep that in mind. So this particular message talks about hidden emotions, okay, that are surfacing. And I mean, the word that I'm seeing with all the themes that is a big highlight here is the word of release. Okay, so keep that in mind. Your journey to truth and your healing, you are very much the leader of this, and this is something that you can connect to every single day when you take the time to practice that mindfulness and really connect to your mind and your heart and your soul. And all these things working together are what is going to allow you to be every single day closer to your truth and to your sense of wholeness and healing. Okay, let's get one more and then we'll go into the tarot messages. I would love to read the messages that you guys are telling me. I'm gonna have to put on my glasses. All right, so we have 2 cards coming out here together, and I love it when that happens. It's just synchronicities like that. And we have the card of the root chakra. Okay, so there is a shakeup here in our sense of safety. We may be feeling a little bit pressured, and I just want you to know that the connection to self is really highlighted with the root chakra. This is, sort of a rebirth for all of us. I feel like when the end of the year shows up, we are in the last calendar month of the year. We all feel this sense of we want to close it out. We want to start new. We want to come into this new year fresh and have resolutions and have all these things just kind of all in a row. But really the connection to yourself is what's going to allow you to just manifest from a place of truth and your authenticity. Okay, so I feel like this reading is really asking us to release and to allow ourselves more time to really focus on that connection and that connection to ourselves. So and the connection to source as well, So very, very important. So we have the card of seasons. It's the last one of the themes for the week, and this is definitely adaptability. We are, we feel sort of in between worlds, like I was saying, between the end and the beginning of the year. Just know that, whatever's going on, there is some sort of transition that's taking place, and it could be in different areas of your life. It's not necessarily only that the year is ending, but just know that changes are temporary. Okay, these are things that I feel like this is why Spirit wants us to connect to source, and wants us to really make time to dive deep within and get in touch with that guide within all of us. Okay, so let's go into the tarot messages for the week, and this is going to be a message for all of us. And like I said, if any sort of particular sign shows up, I will let you know. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands as the first card, and this is talking about family, foundation, a time of great celebration. Maybe there's something happening here within the home. There might be, some remodeling, definitely decorating. This is a very happy card in the sense of welcoming a lot of this time together and celebration. Okay, now we have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, so this may mean there could be some weddings or some engagements here for this week. Something may be going to another level of commitment. Okay, and that's the sign of Taurus, and this is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius right here. Let's see what else shows up for everyone for the week of the 2nd through the 8th of December. You know me, I like the cards to just fall out. Here we go. Okay, so we have the Nine of Wands, and this changes a little bit of the meaning of this Four of Wands, because together there is a little bit of stress, maybe anxiety, maybe you're feeling tired or pressured with situations surrounding the home and celebrations and all of that. Some of you may be feeling like, here comes around December again, and I'm not exactly at the place where I would want to be, and there is this sort of thoughts that are looming around. And the Nine of Wands is a card of very quiet strength, so this is a card of not giving up, which I love. It's a card where somebody looks tired, battered, and bruised, but they're not giving up. They're still going. They're still standing. Let's see what else shows up. Okay, so a lot of this Five of Pentacles energy where we're feeling like we don't have enough, we didn't save enough, we have financial pressure. Some of you with this energy together, it could be that existing relationships or partnerships could be suffering because of financial situations, or there could be a disconnect when it comes to communication. Somebody could be acting in a cold way or leaving you out in the cold. Okay, so let's see what the best advice here is moving forward. Feels like maybe they don't have enough to give. You know, there's feelings of unworthiness. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands. Lots of wands, lots of fire energy. There is a fire trine happening here. So it's very, very, very fitting. And Eight of Wands is a card of action. It's a card of moving forward. And I feel like this, like I said, is temporary. Some communication is going to happen. I feel like definitely a lot of you have been planning trips. You know, be cautious with the budgeting because I feel like we're going overboard. You know, money's just flying out, and with the Eight of Wands, you know, things tend to like flow very fast. And also I feel where you were feeling left out in the cold or you didn't have communication with someone, there's going to be here communication messages coming in. So you might be getting communication here from people that you haven't heard of in a long time. And of course, you're going to see people that you haven't seen probably in a while, or talk to people that you haven't talked to in a while. But this is people that you have been maybe cold or distant with, okay? Yeah. On the bottom of the deck, there's a definite yes here with the Ace of Swords. There's a quality to this that says we're going to speak the truth is going to come out, there's going to be clarity, and it's a positive card, but also it says really clear boundaries are being set here as well. Now notice that I was talking about Mercury and the Sun and how it makes it feel almost like it's the new moon over again, and that's what I wanted to explain before, but I wasn't finding the words for it. So there's going to be a clarity to what you want to manifest and what you want to bring into, you know, those seeds that we're planting now. There's going to be a clarity to what it is that is about for you in particular, okay? Now we have this card falling out, and it is the Knight of Wands, and this is very Sagittarius energy, okay? This is the new adventure, the wanting to take a risk, and, you know, just being very impetuous and inspired and wanting to move on something. So I feel like it is a very good week if you've been wanting to really tie some loose ends, or, you know, take a little risk, or take a leap of faith, or take an adventure, or just be a little risky. This is saying yes, okay? Now with the Page of Swords at the bottom, it's saying be curious and have all the details. Make sure that when you're speaking that you have all the details and that you have something to back it up with, okay? All right, let's get one more. I want to get one more card because a lot of fire energy. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is definitely a week that is you're being very much present. Your energy is literally on fire. It's showing up all over the reading. And whatever you may be so worried about, okay, because there is this underlying theme of surrendering and letting go and releasing and mindfulness, but there's also that Archangel Michael right there. So we may feel like we need help here with something. So, let go and let God, or, whatever source of faith you have, okay? This is a non-judgment space. We have the Two of Pentacles here at the end of the reading. And this is saying that, yes, we are juggling a lot. And we may feel like it's way too much and it's making us lose our balance. But this could also be the creativity that we get to balance things out. And, I would also say don't attach yourself to pleasing others so much. This is why I think that Spirit was like, connection to self is so important, to go back to you. And because I feel like when the Two of Pentacles shows up, it kind of shows a pattern of wanting to please others and losing our balance because of it, okay? So the Judgment card at the bottom, giving us the overall sense that there will be a moment here that is waking us up, okay? A wake-up call, really getting in touch to what it is that truly is a priority to us, that brings us fulfillment and happiness emotionally, okay? And also the Judgment card shows that it's a moment that might not be decisive, but it may be really waking you up to make better choices. And also there is a point here of second chances and reconciliations with that Judgment card, okay? Now I want to choose a couple of more cards here just to support this message. And I'm going to look into the soul journey to get a few words of, how can I say it? Not affirmation, but a few words, power words for this week, things to work on, okay? All right, so we have loneliness. And I'm going to tell you, it jumped at me with this Five of Pentacles. This is, a time where it's very triggering. A lot of humanity is feeling very lonely and disconnected. And this Five of Pentacles reminded me of this card. And this wants you to affirm and say, I know that I am never alone. Okay, so if we're having this sense of loneliness, even when we are surrounded by other people, it's very important to know that we are never alone. Okay, there is ancestral strength that comes straight from the root chakra. We can always access that connection to our ancestors just by praying, just by connecting to those loved ones departed that are watching us and really seeing our journey. And we are here to help heal a lot of the things that are in our ancestry as well. So when you feel lonely, when you feel disconnected, remember that you are never alone. Remember that you are always guided and protected, and that we are all interconnected, okay? Okay, so balance, look at that. We have the card of balance, and with it, the Two of Pentacles right here, wanting to find that harmony. And this one wants you to affirm, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do it without judgment. And I do it without judgment. Nobody's journey is the same. Nothing that is perfect for you might be perfect for me, and that is that disconnection from judgment. Okay, I'm gonna pick one last one. And I hope that you're enjoying this reading, and please follow for more. You can always reach out to me for personal readings, and if you want to collaborate as well. Wow. Yeah, gratitude. This is what makes it all better. This is the special sauce. Okay, so gratitude wants us to affirm, I am thankful for this life and for the opportunities that it presents. So many beautiful opportunities here in this week and in every moment to be closer to ourselves, to others, and to Source, and to really just honor your presence and your life. Okay, I love you guys. I send you fearless light and love. I hope that this reading serves you, and I'm going to post it now on my page so that it stays there. You can go back to it to hear the messages for the week. I hope that you make the best of it. Take care.